Vetmar is your park, Vetmar is my park. We love to live here, where folks are friendly. We're glad we found it, there's no place like it. Vetmar was made for you and me.
Hello, Vetmar. Welcome to our first video. Today I'd like to present Marsha Frain, President of Vetmar Board of Directors. Good job. How you doing today?
Good.
That's good. Have you been out golfing?
No, I just left the golf course. I paid my dues for 2025, so
Oh, you're good to
I'm
go.
I'm capable of golfing. I just haven't been golfing. So.
Oh, good. Marsha, I guess what we want to know is the after effects of Milton, which we really don't want to bring up all that, but how are we looking right now?
Oh, wow. I think the park has done an overwhelming job of recovery. People who weren't here are not going to, there's still some debris around, but they're not going to believe what it looked like right after the few days afterwards. And I can't say enough about properties and both for the golf course and for Common Grounds. I mean, the work that they've been doing. I've seen Jay in at 4 o'clock in the morning. Well, I haven't seen him at 4 o'clock, but I know he's been here at 4 o'clock. Saw him yesterday on Sunday working. I mean, it's just every day it gets better and better and better. Plant Street's getting repaired. So the recovery is, I think it's been phenomenal compared to what we went through. I mean, it looked like a B-52 bomber went through here right after the storm. So yeah. I'm real pleased, and I think the people are too. And the people, the work that they did, and the volunteers, and just getting out there and helping their neighbors was, again, superb.
Well, I know for myself, and I'm sure of all of Vetmar people out there, you were an amazing leader. You helped us do what we needed to do to help the residents who are here and who are not here. So kudos to you, Marsha.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
It wasn't a one-man thing. I just happened to be the communicator. The people behind me and everything, the people that worked, I mean, we met every day. We had meetings. The board and the trustees, and were just awesome. I mean, I was just the communicator.
Yeah,
there was a good crew
I was there with you, and I know that everybody did help and did a great job doing what you told us we needed to do. So that was
that's
great.
One of my talents. I guess I'm an organizer. That's my forte, I guess.
Right, and we needed somebody like you to lead us.
Thank you.
So now, as we go into all the snowbirds being back, we are having our meetings. We are having different types of meetings that we want the assembly, the members to come to our assembly meetings because of votings. So can you just give us a little insight into what's happening and what we should be looking for at the meetings?
Well, we're behind. Milton put us behind by about good 6 weeks of what we were trying to get accomplished this year. And I know we started the discussion last year about merging the two corporations. And the board has voted to go forth with that and to develop the plan for the membership to vote on. So we should be looking at getting something out to the membership to vote on probably by February, as we got a pretty tight timeline, but the discussion is out there. We're going to have town halls, 2 more in January, explaining that to everybody so that they can make an informed vote, an informed decision on about the merging of the corporations. So that's the big thing for this coming year. We're still working on updating policies. Again, we're going to have to write the bylaws one way or another. They're either going to be together or apart. So that's something, but we won't be tackling that again until next year, probably. Getting started maybe in late spring.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that it was going to be that. You know, I thought we were going to get a lot done this year, but more policies this year than bylaws, or?
The policies are primarily, we're just updating what's already been done, and now that we're worked with them, if there's changes, we're making sure the changes are kept up to date. The bylaws, we can't start writing on those until we get this merge vote
Oh, that's
done,
true.
because we won't know which way to write them. So until we get the articles of incorporation written and the merge plan written to present to the board first, to vote that they approved the plan, then it'll go to the membership to vote.
Oh, okay.
And we hope to do that, like, we're hoping February. I have all that together. It's a tight timeline. It'll be a lot of work, but then we'll know what we have to get done with the bylaws.
So I'm going to put it out there to everybody in Vetmar. Our town halls are going to be in January. They are on the calendar for the month of January. I'm pretty sure they're the 18th and the 21st. We need you there, all of you, to come and attend these meetings. Bring your questions. Hopefully we could answer everything that you need to know. Marsha, after the 2 town halls, then what does it do? Go to the board, or?
The town, well, actually, it's going to be discussed at this week's board meeting. I'll be giving you the timeline of, I think we're going to, I just wrote the timeline, but the board meeting in January, we hope to have it done for the board to vote on the articles of incorporation, the merge plan. Once the board, if the board approves it, then it goes to the membership in February.
Okay.
So the town halls are kind of being run concurrently as we're doing the work for the board, so that if the board approves it, then the membership knows what's next.
Okay. I know now, because I was asked to fill out an application to run again, we have the nomination committee working on the new officers for next year.
The way our bylaws are written right now is that the board of directors runs for election every year in March, is the election day. So our bylaws and our policy states that the nominating committee goes out and looks for capable candidates that are willing or wanting to run for office. And then once the nominating, and you can have more than one person. I mean, they start out asking the incumbents if they want to run. If the incumbents do not, then they have a vacant position that they need to go out and try to find qualified candidates to fill that position who are willing to commit the time to the board.
Right.
Once they get their slate of officers together, then they present that to the board in January and to the membership in February. And then in February, the election officer and chairman, along with the secretary, develop the ballot, and then the voting starts right after that. 10 days after the General Assembly in February, the ballots will be ready for people to vote.
Oh, okay.
And so, then in March 5th, I think, is the election day this year. Then the new officers will be, or the officers will be announced at that assembly that night.
Oh, okay. I was just trying to put everything in line of what's happening.
Well, I have to think it through too as it goes through, because every month there's something different. Now in January, in the February General Assembly, the election committee is announced, and who will be the chairman. What the election committee consists of is at least 2 people, and then all the counters that are going to be counting in March will be announced at the February General Assembly.
Okay. Now, where does the voting take place?
In the annex, and it's a setup, a specific design, so that you come in one door, you register, then you go to your voting place, your voting table, you vote, and then you go out the other door, you drop your ballot in the box.
Oh,
so it's
okay.
all one way. It's very, very defined how we vote.
Well, that's good.
And we have specific procedures that are very well defined.
Very good. All right. I guess probably another thing we wanted to touch on is, this is all new, having interviews and videotaping, being on our own YouTube page. What are your ideas about any type of videotaping, any board meetings or any type of meetings?
Well, I think it's important that people. It's been voiced before that they can't always come to the board meetings because they're during the daytime, but they want to see what the board is doing. So I think the board meetings, it's real important to have those videotaped so that people can watch them and see what their board is doing and the decisions that they're making. I'm not in favor of taping the general assemblies because we have to have people at the general assemblies because we'll be voting on things and we have a required quorum of 100. This year we've been breaking the records. We had 180 one assembly, and the next one we had 192, and last year we could barely get over 100. So it's real important that people attend the assembly, and if we put it all out on videotape, then people might have the tendency not to attend. And we publish an agenda ahead of time, and we will tell the people for sure that we're going to be voting on something, but the membership can bring something up to vote within the meeting that was not prepared. So you should always come prepared to the assemblies, ready to vote. You can sign in with either your yellow card or your photo ID, and that creates the quorum. It's open to renters so they can see the information that's being put out to the membership. And so it's important to come to the assemblies because that's your meeting. That's actually the meeting for the membership is the General Assembly. That's where they can bring up issues, and that's their meeting.
Now, the only ones who can vote are people who are on the deed,
correct? So when you sign in, we've instituted the new process this year. You sign in either with your yellow card, because that's been vetted before, or your photo ID, just like you would for the general election. And we issue you a piece of paper, a different color every month, so we know they can't be reused. And then if you're not on the deed, you can still attend, you just won't be issued a paper ballot.
Okay.
So we count those when you raise them up. So
Awesome. Well, anything else you'd like to say to our public here? You want to give it a nice holiday message out to all of our...
Well, I'd like to wish everybody a safe holiday season, a Merry Christmas. Remember the reason for the season. It's a special time of year. It's one of my favorite times of year because of the lights and just all the activities and the happiness and joyfulness and, the kids. It's all about the kids. So, enjoy your grandkids, have fun with them, and just enjoy the season and be thankful that we can enjoy it this year.
Thank you, Marsha.
Thank you.
I want to thank you on behalf of all of us. What a great job you're doing, and keep up the good work.
I want to thank all of Betmar for keeping up the good work and being who you are and making Betmar what it is. Thank you very much.
Until next time, take care, Betmar. Be safe.
On Monday evening, some folks play bingo. On Tuesday morning, they're waiting for donuts. If they're not shuffling, they're probably golfing. Always something there for you and me. Betmar is your part, Betmar is my part. We love to live here, where folks are friendly. We're glad we found it, there's no place like it. Betmar was made for you and me.